Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So I realized I was saying good morning every time I went live, and yet we have people from all over the world. So it's morning for me, but I acknowledge that it's afternoon for some of you and evening for others of you. So thank you for everyone who is joining in live. And I greatly appreciate you taking the time to just check in and to have a little bit of magical mothering motivation in your day. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the replay. Thank you for being a part of this community. So this morning, I want to talk about expectations. So I have, I've heard from other people, and I've even heard from my own background in psychology, that to have realistic expectations of others. And I really like to take it one step farther. I am of the belief that we should have no expectations. How is that possible? It's very much a practice. It's a practice that I actually strive for. It's a practice that I enjoy bringing into my day, and it is a practice that I put forward to all of the women that I work with, personally or in the group settings or even in other aspects. So I believe that expectations is going to be the theme for this week's Creating Your Magical Life Sisterhood Circle. So if this is something that really kind of affects your life, if you have a lot of high expectations of yourself, because usually if you have high expectations of others, you have even higher expectations of yourself. So often, as we go through life, we feel like we have to do things a certain way. People expect things of us when really it's our own expectations on ourselves, and everybody else, yeah, sure, they would like you to do certain things, but the expectations are really coming from within rather than from outside of yourself. And if you change your expectations and create a shift in your expectations, a lot of times everything in your life shifts. Once I realized that, yes, I enjoy having a clean house, yes, my children and my husband enjoy having a clean house, once I released the expectations of what that had to look like, though, each day, each week, during certain times of the month, which I've talked about in previous Facebook Lives, once I was able to release fully what I really wanted and desired, and I was able to simply be in the moment. What am I able to do right now? What am I able, capable, and passionate about doing right now? And when we begin to look at what we're passionate about, rather than look at what is expected of us, there is a huge shift. There are days that I wake up and I am passionate about having a clean and organized and orderly house. There are other mornings that I am passionate about going out into nature and playing, which I did yesterday for Father's Day. We went and found this really magical secret space along a creek, and we just kind of created a bubble for ourselves, and we didn't see anybody the whole day, and we just played and enjoyed, and it was so peaceful knowing that we just had our own little amazing magical space to be in. And then the day prior, I'm sharing about expectations because I went and did my own little Vim experience, which is a VI, it's a VIMM, a very important Magical Mother day. It's a full day intensive with me, one-on-one, in the setting of a spa. And if you live internationally and that's just not possible, there is a way to do the VIM experience online with me. So welcome if you're joining in live. Hello, Allison. So glad that you're here live with me. If you want to, type in hi and anything like that, please do. If you have any questions about expectations, if you saw the word expectations, what is the first thing that pops in your head? I would love to hear your answer if you feel like sharing that. So I was on the VIM experience. I was at the spa by myself, and I expected to be more present. I expected myself to be able to relax. Like right when I got there, I had this whole thing in my mind of I was just going to be like so present and relaxed after driving an hour and 20 minutes in traffic. Good morning! Had to watch this. I think it's the center of my stress-related issues. Allison, I could not agree more. I think that so much of the anxiety that we have, the stress that we have, the lack of emotional output that we have are all directly related with our expectations. So yes, so I was at the spa day, and I really had this expectation of like, I'm going to be able to just chat with everybody and make all these friends and have this magical experience. And yes, it was a wonderful experience, yet it took me, I'd say probably a good hour to really like get into my own space of kind of feeling awkward and uncomfortable, because as I was looking around, most of the women at the spa were there with friends, and I had actually had an experience with one of the women in the Magical Mothering group. She took me to the spa, and we had an amazing experience together. And so this, for me, was really stepping out of my comfort zone of doing something by myself and really giving myself the space of not knowing anybody beforehand, of just being me and being really vulnerable, because that's kind of, I haven't had those situations a lot in the past 6 years since having little ones in an adult-only setting. I'm sure some of you can relate to this, or if you can remember back to when you could relate to this. So it took about an hour, and then all of a sudden I went, oh my gosh, I am expecting that all of these things are going to happen while I'm like anticipating them on the edge of my seat. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? I'm expecting, and I was blocking all of this amazing goodness that was coming into my day, or could have even came into the day for the first hour that I was there, simply because I was expecting so, and like anticipatingly expecting, rather than just being. So I get a lot of uncomfortable reactions when I tell the women that I work with that they are to have no expectations. Because we cannot simply be present to the moment, really fully experiencing life as it's coming into us, if we're expecting something. And it was just, I love learning and getting big lessons while I'm already doing something, trying to learn and have an experience. So I was actually doing the VIM experience, and the VIM experience is a whole day of discovering your rhythm through inner healing to create your magical life. Which I thought, how amazing that actually one of the lessons through this rhythm is releasing the expectations that we have in our monthly rhythm. That's like the healing point. And so I thought, God, how amazing that you're able to give me, and if I say God and you like get all tight, expectations, release that. If it's spirit, if it's nature, if it's something that if there's something that's really pulling you to just be. Sorry, I'm gonna switch over. I'm having my kids read aloud books while I'm doing this time, because I figured that would be better than them coming out. So allowing ourselves to really fully be present and to learn what we're here to learn. And I think if we're able to be open more and be present more, we're going to be able to feel, and we're going to be able to experience life in a way. So Allison, thank you for the thumbs up. I'm thinking that makes sense. So thank you so much for that. That really helps me when you give me little cues of like, oh, that's what you're talking about. So my question to you is, you know, when I was thinking about what I was going to share with this morning, expectations actually came at the very last minute, which I'm so happy it did. And so my question is, you do want to have more days filled with ease and peace and passion, don't you? Yes? I mean, that's really the question. What do you want your days to be filled like? What do you want them to be filled with? So often we think about like these dream lives, or maybe we don't, which is why I invite you. How I would love that. Yes, I mean, which is really why I invite women to join the Creating Your Magical Life Sisterhood. Because really, don't we want to be creating a life that's filled with passion? And not just passion, but with peace and joy and feeling just content in the moment? Can you breathe with me and just really feel what that would feel like right this moment. Let's start actively creating that life. And the biggest step, I think, in getting in our own ways is our expectations. So I would love, love, love to hear wherever you are in your day, as you're going through your day, if this kind of brings up anything for you as you go through the rest of your day. And if it's evening, sleep on this aspect of expectations. And when you arise in the morning, I would love to hear your experience of how you were able to actually go through a day. And even if you're not able to release the expectations, I do one-on-one work where we do a lot of actual releasing of the expectations. If you're going, I can't even get my head around releasing, please, I would love for you to sign up to have a one-on-one mentorship with me. Just so everybody's aware, starting July 1st, 2017, I wanted to start my one-on-one year-long mentorship program, Reclaiming Your Magic, or Healing Your Magic, however you want to think about it. But Reclaim Your Magic one-on-one is $97 a month right now for a full, $97 a month for a full year. It will not go up at any time during that year if you dive into this year-long program, clock in. July 1st, it is going to $197 a month. So if this is something, if you're thinking $97 a month could be doable to get one-on-one mentoring, please sign up before July 1st so that you can get in and start working with me one-on-one. We will dive into your expectations one-on-one and really heal how to reverse it, how to flip it, how to let go and release that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. These mornings are not about me selling to you. I just really want you to know what options you have, though, so that you can really feel supported. Know that you don't have to try to figure this all out. I just spent over 6 years in this journey trying to figure it all out. And I really wanted to be able to say, give me a year. I will go through step by step of what it took me over 6 years to do in 1 year for you. And you're going to get immediate immediate implementation out of this 1 year, you're going to start getting the blocks and the releases, and you're going to surpass what I learned in my 6 years being able to do it with somebody and with support. So expectations, really being in the moment, being here now. What feelings come up for you right now? Is there a sense of unease? Is there a sense of excitement? Is there a sense of, oh, is that even possible? If you really grew up in a home, I grew up in a home, lots of us did, with lots of expectations of me. And it was interesting. I had an experience with my mom the other day, and she was talking to my son about why he should not eat with his mouth open. It was something that hadn't even dawned on me to teach them, but she had brought it up, and she was really she was really bothered by it. So she expected for him to not eat with his mouth open. So it's been interesting. Over the past couple weeks, he's been just on his own, practicing eating with his mouth closed, and he's like, I can't get it all the time, so when we go to Nana's, I'm going to try really hard to eat with my mouth closed, but at home I might make mistakes. And I went, you know what? Wow, already having the expectations of what other people think you have to do and be at 5. And it was like, you know what? I told him, I said, we're not perfect. You may try your best, and that is the best that you can give to everybody. And that is all they require, is that you just try your best. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect all the time, most of the time, none of the time. Release that thought of that. So that really, drove it home, and I began to think of my own expectations of how I think that other people expect me to be so perfect. So I'm going to end with that. I really hope that helped bring a different shift. If you need more support with this, please reach out. magicalmothering.com/mentoring. Or if you just go to magicalmothering.com, you can go to the Work with Stephanie tab. Check out the different options of how to get support with this if this is something that you're going, oh, I so would love and desire that, and yet I just have no idea how it could be possible for me. Check them out. Go and see what kind of resources are there. See how I could support you better, more. Hey Denise, so please watch the replay of this if this is something that you're struggling with, and I hope that I gave you just a little nugget to think about through the day. Please share with me how this helped or didn't, or how I can support it more, and I'm so blessed and grateful and honored to have each of you beautiful, amazing women in this community and in this tribe. So have a blessed and magical day wherever you are in your day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.